Hey, boo. I'm late, so I'm just giving it a few minutes, maybe like 3 minutes for people to come in. I'm gonna get started. In my head. How are you doing? How are you feeling for this full moon? Who you feel like won the battle, Monica versus Brandy? Let me know. I guess I'll start with that while I'm waiting before I get to the meat. Who you feel like won? Hey, dear. So y'all not gonna tell me who y'all feel like won the battle? Brandy versus Monica?
Maybe I ain't watch it.
Did y'all not watch it? Girl, I was in my Brandy vibes in some songs, but I also had ratchet moments. Hey, hey y'all. Can you play Southern Girl just real quick?
Hey, what?
Southern Girl. I don't know who the artist is. Just tell Alexa she gonna know. She ain't gonna know. Y'all Alexa ain't shit. She don't never know nothing.
Alexa. Shawnee
Okay,
said,
first
who
of
the Southern
all,
girl is.
let me just let y'all know how I'm feeling about it. Monica won, period. Let me tell y'all why, okay?
Alexa plays
My mama
Southern
used to
Girl.
straight wake up every Saturday morning and clean the house to that whole Monica CD. And as much as I love Brandy and I do feel like she was an icon for our generation, and like I love Cinderella, she had that happy pill offbeat bop the whole time. She played her favorite songs, not our favorite songs. And then them dry ass poems. Like, come on. Come on now.
Can you
Stop playing with me. Monica won, period. Like,
say- What's the happy pill about?
y'all. My girlfriend said, "What's the happy pill vibe?" That's how she was doing. That's the happy pill vibe. Baby girl had a happy pill. Y'all think I'm lying, but I'm telling y'all, baby girl had a happy pill, straight like that. And the happy pill bop. Monica had her gangster bop going on. You know, she was not playing. And then Brandy tried to throw shade, and Monica was like, "Bitch, don't forget that I will whoop your ass out here. Let's not forget, I'm sitting pretty, but bitch, I will take off this hat and these hands, honey, will go." She was definitely high. Brandy was definitely high than the motherfucker. Can't nobody tell me otherwise. Y'all got me acting crazy on here. Okay, but I just had to talk about that real quick because I'm trying to figure out, like, everybody's like, Brandy won, Brandy won, Brandy won. And I'm like, did y'all watch the same thing that I watched? Because I love Brandy, but baby, Monica took that one. Every song I was like, she played all of our favorites. What? Anyways, how y'all feeling with this Pisces full moon? The emotions are in the air. The energy is thick and intense. Everybody, boyfriend and girlfriend, acting up. Gia said Brandy was annoying me by not letting Monica sing her sideline whole song because her damn 21-year-old was there. Thank you. Girl, I can't with Brandy. She probably was a sideline hoe at one point in her life. She needs to stop. Girl, you grown now. You don't have to uphold this squeaky clean image anymore. Stop playing. Stop playing. I just told y'all about that duality and that balance and that suppression. It ain't good for your spirit. And she done killed somebody. She done put somebody's eye out. She got some underlying aggression and suppression that she needs to let out. See, I love Brandy. I love Brandy. I'm going to tell y'all, the Black Cinderella, I've watched that movie 10,000 times over. I know all the words, all the songs. I used to watch Moesha every day. I still watch that hoe on Netflix. Like all the Brandy songs, I was feeling it. Have you ever? That's one of my favorite songs ever. But that verses, she just was not. I expected more from her, bitch. I was rooting for you, and you let me down. So Monica took that hoe. Period. Like Monica got the gangster lean anyway. Maybe I'm just a little hood and I just fuck with Monica more, you know. And if you knew my mama, you would know why she's more Monica than Brandy. But y'all don't know my mama like that. Anyways, that's just my 2 cents on that. And another thing, everybody's like going back and forth about how they don't get along and Monica don't like her and this and that. And I don't even think it's that. Like, I don't think it's no beef between them. I just feel like they're two different type of women and they just don't align in the same frequency. Like, Brandy is over here, Monica is over here, and they just don't mesh. And you can't try to make it mesh. Yes, they're comparable as artists because they're both female R&B artists. And back in the day, they were marketed at the same lane. But in terms of personality, they're just two completely different dynamics. Brandy has always been sheltered. She's always been rich. She's always been in an environment that's like high society. Whereas Monica, she came from the hood. She has brothers who are still in that life. She got niggas around her that's, you know, like she's like an OG. So it's two completely different type of vibes, and I just wish people would just accept that for what it is instead of trying to make them have some type of imaginary feud. Bitch, I ain't gonna beef with you. I don't understand. That's just how it be. Everybody always trying to create unnecessary beef. Hello to everyone that's just joining. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling this full moon in the comments. I'm about to go ahead and jump into it. It's enough of y'all in here now, and y'all know I got my handy dandy notebook, so I am going to be looking at my notes. All right, so we got this full moon in Pisces. This is a time to dive deep within the primordial waters that live inside of you, that give you life. It's a time to really release the things that you need to release, to allow yourself to go through the rebirth process. And I'm going to talk about the rebirth process a little bit. So the rebirth process has different stages, okay? Some of us are in the stage where we have come out, we have been reborn, and we're figuring out who we are now in this time, what we need to do to manifest the things that we want, and how we want to move forward. There are others of us who are in the incubation phase where we are still in the womb, we're still reflecting, we're still going within, we still need to dive deep into the darkness before we'll be able to see the light, you know. And we have to surrender to that and know that no matter how much we try to move, no matter how many things we try to do, it's not gonna work because we are in that period where we are within the womb, okay? And then there's others of us who are in the process where we're trying to get to the womb. We're not quite there yet. We're still in our old self, still allowing certain things to die off, still trying to go through the process of releasing and detaching so that we can go through the darkness and reflect, so that we can go through that period of stillness and reflection and then come back out into the light, okay? So those are going to be your different phases of rebirth. Now, with this Pisces moon and Venus being in Cancer, it's all this water energy coming through. And water signs are the mother. Like, they give birth to everything. They allow things to be fluid. And then us earth signs, we solidify everything and bring things down into the physical plane. And then the air signs allow us to move freely and explore our will, okay? So with the moon, which represents our subconscious patterns, our subconscious habits, our subconscious beliefs, with the moon being in Pisces, a sign that's all water, a sign that's all emotions, a sign that's going to swim upstream and downstream. We're being asked to review our emotional processes, okay, as it relates to our physical rebirth. Because if you're around the age that I am, which a lot of us are, I would say between 25 and 40, we're being asked to review right now. And it's hard because Saturn is coming in and Jupiter is coming in Capricorn, like, oh, you gonna work. Oh, you gonna work. You want to expand. You gonna work. You gonna work until you tired. Until Capricorn decides that you have done enough. Until Capricorn decides that you are good enough. Because at the end of the day, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. That's the planet of discipline. That's the planet of structure. Of get your shit together or I will whip your ass into shape so that we can build these 6 rings. You know what I'm saying? So it comes down to the fact that you got Jupiter in Capricorn like affirming you gonna have to do this work. And then Saturn is in retrograde saying you've been spinning your wheels trying to figure out what to do, and now it's time for you to reflect if you're in that womb process. If you're in the process of I'm walking forward, I've already been born and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it, you're being asked to get your action plan together and organize your time and your will so that you can move on to the next phase. Okay? And this Pisces moon is coming in and saying, listen, we're going to confront these emotions, okay? Because nothing can manifest physically before it manifests spiritually and mentally on an emotional level. So you gonna confront your emotions, whether you like it or not. And that's basically what this moon is here to do. Like I said, it's gonna add life and spark to your body simply because of the emotional release. In terms of relationship and romance, we're going to be craving depth. This is a very cleansing energy of the stagnant relationship energy that has been left to linger. There's going to be a very cleansing spirit where things just kind of start to go back into harmony. The conversation starts to go a little bit smoother. The air is a little bit clearer, and you're able to connect to your partner a lot better on a different level. This is also a time where our intuition is going to be heightened, and you want to listen to those heightened moments of intuition. Don't just ignore your gut. You know, you are worth listening to yourself. Always remember that. We're going to have an increased sense of compassion, of understanding, of communication. We're going to be reflecting on the depths of our soul and our shadow. If you've been feeling like you need to do some shadow work and get rid of some negative, toxic, emotional habits and patterns that you have as far as manipulation and emotional cycles, you need to go ahead and do that. This is the time that's saying, okay, before we get to the new moon, you need to confront these things. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck and not able to plant your new seeds. And you're going to wonder why you're spinning your wheels trying to make things work, and yet nothing's happening. We're going to be moving past feelings of passive aggression and insecurity. So if you're a Pisces, you may take offense to this, and honestly, I don't care. But whatever. Pisces are passive aggressive people. They don't like head-on confrontation, and so they go about confrontation in ways that are passive, but they're also aggressive. It's very manipulative. It's very much, I'm gonna get in your head, I'm gonna get in your way, I'm gonna fuck some shit up for you so you can feel me, but I'm not really gonna tell you how I feel head on. And Pisces aren't the only ones that do that. There's a lot of us that do that. There's a lot of us that try to redirect situations how we want them to go emotionally, and that's toxic. You can't force nobody to feel how you want them to feel, and you can't choose what people want to hold themselves accountable for. So with this moon, it's really a feeling of washing that out and releasing that, because at the end of the day, it's toxic. It's toxic for you and it's toxic for the other person because you're constantly disappointed, you're constantly plotting, you're constantly trying to figure out what the other person is feeling, what they're gonna do, and then they're resenting you because they feel like you're not taking their emotions seriously because every time they feel some type of way, you're manipulating it into how you feel, and that's not right. Also, feelings of insecurity. We're going to be tapping a little bit more into our confidence during this time, releasing feelings of self doubt, releasing feelings of self sabotage, and learning how to let go of the things that are keeping us stuck. Sometimes, when you're being reborn, like I said, some of us are in that process where we're reborn, and you're wondering, like, okay, I feel this sense of newness, I feel this sense of awakening. Why do I also feel stuck? Why aren't things necessarily moving in a way that I want them to go? And it's simply because you're not on the frequency that you need to be on, because you don't want to allow certain parts of yourself, certain aspects that are no longer serving you, certain people that are no longer serving you, certain patterns that are no longer serving you, and the intentions that you currently have as your new self to die. You gotta let that stuff die. Whether you gotta mourn it, cry it out, shed it, you gotta let it die, bury that shit, and don't revisit it. It's dead. It's over. You're a whole new person. You gotta reintroduce yourself to your friends, your family, and whoever else. You gotta reintroduce yourself to your damn self sometimes. But that's just what we're being called to do. Am I making sense to y'all? Let me know, please, in the comments. Because I've been feeling these messages hard. They've been in everyone's reading, and I'm like, it's astrologically, it's happening. So I'm just giving it to y'all astrologically speaking. The sun is in Virgo. It's in opposition with the Pisces moon because the Virgo is really about practicality and day to day and the details and the humdrum of things. And Pisces is all about the spiritual aspect of things and how things are going to play out spiritually and on a deeper level. So those two energies can kind of conflict, and you can kind of feel like you're battling yourself mentally and spiritually, or even physically and mentally. But that's just those energies being in opposition. So we're being asked to really to magnify and express our spiritual needs while allowing that the work of our, like the spiritual work, to show and manifest in our day-to-day life physically. Okay. The moon is in harmony right now with Uranus and Taurus. I talked about Uranus and Taurus last week, and how Uranus and Taurus is an energy of basically shaking things up and making sure that things are going to change. This energy is like washing things away and shedding and detaching, and so it's supported in that Uranus and Taurus vibe. So you are going to be supported in that, in terms of releasing, in terms of breakups, if you're going through a breakup, in terms of letting go of friendships, in terms of walking away from jobs. Now is the time to do it. Venus is in opposition to Saturn. It's really a reality check in terms of love. You're going to be realizing a lot of things as it relates to your relationship, things just blowing up in your face so that you can take the movement that you need to take. You're going to be feeling really restricted as it relates to finances. A lot of truth really being revealed, a lot of changes. And it's going to feel a little chaotic with these energies being in opposition, Venus and Saturn, because it's like the way that we love is in conflict with the way that we work. And it's causing a little bit of chaos and toxicity in our relationships. We have to be mindful to balance that energy out. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, y'all. Mars is in opposition with Saturn as well, making it hard for us to actually move. We feel stuck. I told y'all, Mars is in Aries. That's an energy of let's go ahead and take the action. Let's go ahead and move. Let's go ahead and make it happen. But then with Saturn being in retrograde in Capricorn, it's like, okay, let's review. Let's take the time to think. And then the sun is in Virgo. Let's review the details. So it's like you want to move, but then you feel like you can't move at the same time. So it's like a conflicting type of energy. If you feel that, just take a moment to slow down and make sure that what you're doing is in alignment with your intentions and that you're not just doing something to be busy. This is a time to take emotional review, and see like what your triggers are, how deep your emotions have gone lately, and how your emotional reactions affect the people around you. In terms of tarot, I feel like this moon represents the moon card. The moon card is always going to represent subconscious habits, subconscious patterns, subconscious messages, cycles and patterns as it relates to our lifestyle. And also a very mothering, like water type of energy, like dealing with your emotions and facing your emotional demons, I feel like are associated with the moon. And then the Page of Cups, which represents inner child healing, heart chakra healing, messages coming through from the divine, through that fluid energy of water. So go by the water. Go be by the water. Go be by the lake, the river, the beach. Whatever you can do. If you only can take a bath, do that. But go and submerge yourself in some water. Go be by some water. Stand by some vast body of water. I'm telling you, now is the time that's going to be healing to your body, healing to your mind, healing to your spirit. So make sure that y'all do that. That's about it for the Astro Teas, you guys. One thing that I want to mention before y'all do questions, when y'all book readings on my website, please remember, I'm in Texas, okay? All of my bookings have to be based on Central Time. I have clients everywhere, and I'm so grateful for that. But because I have clients everywhere in New York and California, in the UK, I can't keep up with you guys' time zones. And y'all all can keep up with my time zone because I constantly reiterate the fact that I'm on Central Time. So when you book your readings, please keep in mind that you are booking on Central Time, okay? I thought that I made it on my website that you can only book on Central Time, but apparently you can change it. But if you change it, it doesn't let you pay and go through PayPal. So if you have that issue, make sure that you change the time zone. And then if you're still having an issue, then you can message me. Okay, guys? I did put up the Chiron reading that I'm offering. It's going to include the Chiron retrograde tarot spread and also a breakdown of your personalized Chiron placement. Chiron is the wounded healer of the zodiac. It's going to tell you where your main pain point is in past lives, how that's affecting your current life, and how it's going to play out in your relationships. With Chiron being in retrograde, a lot of us are feeling that energy double time, especially with Chiron retrograde in Aries and Mars in Aries, because it's like we're being basically bullied into confronting these feelings and confronting these pain points. So you need to know what they are. The reading is $40. It takes a lot of input, you guys, because I'm going to be telling you in depth your Chiron placement. I'm going to be telling you in depth your Mars and Venus placements and how those are affected by that Chiron. And I'm also going to be doing a Chiron retrograde reading for you and letting you know how the current astrological aspects are affecting those specific placements. So there's a lot that goes into it. It includes a lot of astrology and tarot. It's only $40, and you probably gonna be getting an hour to 30 minutes to an hour. An hour and 15 to an hour and 30 minutes of my time for doing that. So I feel like that's fair. I really need to be charging more, but I'm gonna start at that and see how they go. And then I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna increase the price. So go ahead and get them while they're $40. Also, you can get your full moon readings for 11/11. After these full moon, we're going to be doing last quarter moon readings, and then we're going to go into new moon and then first quarter moon. That's just how I'm about to start doing it and sectioning it off, and you can always book those 11/11. If you want to get all 4 in a month, you can subscribe to that on my website. It's $44.44. You pay that, and then whenever you need to book your reading, first quarter, new moon, last quarter, full moon, whatever, Then you just schedule it and you just pay your $44 a month and you're done. I'm gonna be posting a poll within the next few days to see when y'all want me to do tea time and tarot for this month. And then I'll announce a date and of course drop the tickets. I want this event to sell out this month, y'all. I want it to sell out. It has not sold out yet, and I want it to sell out. So when I announce dates, please participate in the poll. Please go to my website, 11 the word moons, the number 11.com, and go ahead and purchase your tickets. Go ahead and book your full moon readings. I give so much depth in these questions, and I also let you ask a general question or two in these readings, and I'm only charging y'all 11.11. It's no reason why y'all show up to my live and ask me questions for free, but y'all can't book these readings for 11.11. Go ahead and book it. Book it. This is what I do now, so I need y'all to support me. Another thing, do not send me readings that you've done on yourself or readings that you've gotten from other people and ask me to interpret it. I'm not going to do it. If you want a reading from me, you can book a reading with me, or if you have questions about specific tarot combinations or placements, you can ask me about it. But I'm not going to interpret your tarot cards for you because that's me doing a reading for you. And I'm not going to interpret someone else's reading for you because that's disrespectful. I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. So take it for what it is, and if you don't agree with it, book another reading. That's all I can tell you. Y'all may feel like I'm an asshole for saying that, but I have to say that because at this point, this is my business, and if I don't take myself seriously, y'all not gonna take me seriously either. So I just have to put that out there. I am worth it, and my prices are affordable. The fact that I'm still doing readings for 11.11, which is ridiculous, and y'all get 30 minutes to an hour of my time, that's crazy. So y'all need to be booking when I'm doing these specials, new moon, full moon, and then y'all need to be booking these general and the rest of the readings that I offer because it's worth it. And I'm giving you valuable knowledge. I'm not giving you little nuggets here, little nuggets there where you have to come back to me every week, every other week, unless you want to. I'm giving you, this is what's blocking you. This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do to get past that block. And you can contact me if you have further questions. And I feel like that's a lot. And then I'm also giving y'all free content every week and astrological updates, which is going to give you a free reading anyway. Generally speaking, astrology is everything. So when I tell y'all what's going on for the week astrologically, you know what energies are going to be around. You know what to expect. I'm just saying. Okay? Support your girl because I give y'all a lot and I want a lot in return. I'm not going to lie. So tell your friends, bring your friends, share, comment, like, subscribe, make me more visible, buy my products. Come on in the room, baby. Come on in the room, okay? That's all I have to say on that. I want to give this message that I gave in my full moon reading that I posted. And it's that, like I said, we're all going through different stages of rebirth at this time. It's just a period for it. I want you guys to remember that we as humans are always connected to source. Always, which means that we're always and forever abundant. It's just a matter of us tapping into that energy. We're never disconnected. It's evident in the way that we breathe. It's evident in the makeup of water in our body and how when we're by water, our body responds to that. It's evident in everything, okay? So it's evident in our cellular makeup. It's evident in how the planets, the full moon, the new moon, the retrogrades affect us. It's evident, okay? So know that you're always connected to that source of Mother Earth. And we as humans are connected to nature. Nature is abundant. Nature can always grow, always reproduce. It's just a matter of nourishment. Okay? And it's really a codependent type of relationship. We pillage, we use, we uproot, but we don't always pour back into that cup. And know that you have to pour into the cup of Mother Nature if you want to receive from her cup. But we're never disconnected. Okay? So plug into that energy. Know your abundance. Know your worth. Don't ever be out here thinking that you're limited, because as humans, when we have the will to create whatever we want, ain't no limits, baby. Yes, societally speaking, there are limits. Yes, we have gone through experiences which have um, limited us in certain way. Yes, we have limited resources in certain aspects. But when we have the will to create, when we have the will to pray, when we have the will to believe, when we have the will to garner support of the community, there ain't no limits, because where there's a will, there's a way, and we can make it happen at the end of the day. I keep telling y'all, you cannot pray and worry. You have to pick one. And I have to remind myself of that a lot of the time, simply because I get worried. Things happen and I just get worried. And then at the end of the day, a blessing falls through and I'm like, okay, I surrender. Okay. So never question your connection with Source. Never question your abundance. Always be tapped into your creative power and your creative expression, because that is where the biggest connection to God lives. Whether y'all know that or not, that is where the biggest connection to God, whatever you believe to be God, whether you believe yourself to be God, whether you believe there's a God outside of you, whether you have certain deities, whatever, that is your connection. So you always have to have faith in that, because your creativity is everything. And this moon is about creative expression and creative freedom and emotional release and detachment. So I want y'all to be aware that you're going to be feeling it and you need to face it. Okay? That's all I have to say for the Astro Teas. If y'all have tarot questions, you guys can ask. If y'all don't have any tarot questions, I'm going to do the full moon in Pisces reading for you guys. I'll go ahead and read off the questions. In what ways do you sabotage your own happiness is the first question. Second question, how do your emotional reactions and manipulations affect the relationships you... Wait, how do your emotional reactions and manipulations affect your relationships? 3, what prevents you from seeing your own glory? 4, what is this moon showing you beneath the veil? 5, how can you best clarify and improve your vision? 6, what are you being asked to surrender to? 7, how can you better trust yourself in your creative expression? And then 8 to 9 additional messages and considerations. Odyssey has a question. What's your question, boo? What's your question? Go ahead and drop your question in the comments. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, y'all. Should I be concerned about health issues that I'm currently dealing with? That's a lot of health issues, honestly. I mean, I want to say yes, but let me see what the cards are going to say. Oh, thank you. Y'all, I did a massage for Luna Carmela today, and it was awesome. Like, her energy is amazing. And she gave me gifts and donations afterwards. And I'm a Leo moon, y'all. I love gifts and donations. I love compliments. Like, a lot of people will try to tell you, oh, girl, you don't even have to mention it. Don't even worry about it. I love all that shit. Like, hype me up. Tell me, thank you, Shawnee. I love you so much. Tell me the results that came from your reading. Tell me you feel so good after your massage. I love all that shit. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I need it. It hypes me up. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not gonna hide it. Oh, okay. No, they didn't play in Vogue on us, y'all. What's it gonna be? Cause I can't pretend, baby. Alrighty. So, honestly, in terms of your health, I think that you're okay overall, but you need to make sure that you keep your stress at a minimum, because if your stress levels rise, your health is going to be more at risk. And I know that sounds cliche, but that's exactly what the cards are saying. Like, you have temperance, which represents the perfect balance, kind of having one foot in the spiritual realm, one foot in the physical realm, having things in order, knowing when to be still, when to take a break, and when to work and move, knowing when to detach and when to cling on. So you have temperance, you have the emperor, which represents structure, balance, coexistence, grace, mercy. And then the high priestess, intuition and knowing. So that tells me that you need to keep your stress to a minimum. When you know that you need to rest, take a break. When you're not feeling well, take a break. Go to the doctor, get checked out. Make sure that you're taking your vitamins. Make sure that you're eating well. Make sure that you're keeping your body in tip-top shape. You know, this is telling me that you're gonna have to do your part to keep your health in check for all of this stuff. And if you start slipping, then it's gonna be a problem. But if you keep on top of it, it's gonna be fine. You have weight of the world come out. That means it's not yours to carry. If you have the weight of the world on your shoulders, and if you choose to stress out about things that you can't control, then this is what you're gonna manifest. But you need to let it go, because again, it's not yours to carry. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. You can't control everything. You have to let go. And that's gonna help you in terms of your health. You got the love, codependency, boundaries. You have to pour into people for you to feel alive. But in this moment, your cup is not full. So go ahead and fill your cup up. Set the boundaries that you need to set, and then you can start to help other people. Okay? But beyond that, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, because as long as you can take care of yourself, then you'll be okay. When you start slipping and start pouring too much into other people and start forgetting about yourself, you're gonna have a problem. Okay? That's pretty much that on that. Anybody else have a tarot question that I missed? I'm sorry, y'all. I did not mean to do that. Anybody else have a tarot question? Anybody? She said, wow, okay, got it. What does that mean, Odyssey? Was that too much? I feel like I've been doing too much lately in readings. I've been giving y'all too much truth. I can't help it. Like, it's just coming out like that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry that y'all don't be ready for it, but I'm not sorry for it. Never too much. Never too much. You already played Southern Girl? I missed it. Morning praise. Don't let go. Don't let go. The Truth and Transformation reading consists of 13 questions. I'll send you this read after this live if you remind me. And that's basically it. Like, it's basically a deep dive into the things that you need to face and transform through. That's it. Should I lean into my empath nature more? Let's see. I love this song. So I think there's a particular person, Luna, that you're thinking about leaning more into your empathy nature with. And as far as that person, no, because they're going to take advantage, and there's a reason why your intuition is telling you not to do it. It's like you're weighing the options and kind of choose which one to pick. But at the end of the day, like in terms of generally speaking, you do need to tap more into your empath nature, because it's going to bring you abundance, it's going to bring you happiness, it's going to bring you fulfillment, and it's going to help you work through your own emotional habits and patterns. Look at this moon card, y'all. Isn't that so pretty? So yeah, that's basically what that is. Yeah, all the questions are pretty deep, Bree, for the Truth and Transformation spread. All right, anybody else have any questions before I do this collective reading? Y'all taking it easy on me tonight. I'm here for it. All right, I don't see any questions coming through, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull for the collective reading. Oh, go ahead. You was gonna ask a general. Okay, what's your general? Like, what's going on generally speaking? What do the cards have to say to you, or what? And then drop your date of birth, please. I'm not gonna fuss at you. I know I'm probably making y'all sick without my moving. I don't know why I can't stop moving today. I'm gonna talk to y'all about my grief. Do y'all mind being my therapy for like a few minutes after I do this question for free? Let me know in the comments. If y'all don't want to be my therapy, then I won't make y'all. But I feel like y'all should be my therapist. I give y'all enough. Y'all can listen to me and give me advice. Dana said, bye, Bree. It's my turn. See, this when I start fussing when y'all come in with these multiple general questions. Odyssey said, you are ours, so yes, we can. Look at them. Thank you. So for you, Bree, there's a lesson that you're being asked to learn, and I think you're in the rebirth process of, like, you've already come out of the womb, you've gotten your lessons, and now it's time for you to show your worth on the upside of the eight before the downside of the eight comes and you get sent back the other way. The Eight of Wands is telling you that you're supported in your journey, but you have to make sure that you're tuned in and tapped into the fact that this is where you are. And on top of that, the work that you need to do spiritually speaking. Does that make sense, Bree, before I go on? The comments be delayed. I hope she didn't put in there. Okay, I'm going to go on before the messages leave me, but okay. So there's that. And in the interim of that process, you're being asked to, I won't say gain control of your emotions, because I feel like you have pretty good control of your emotions. I will say gain the balance that allows you to tap into your emotions without negating them and still feel like you're in control. Does that make sense? Like, I'm gonna face my emotions and not just be like, I don't give a fuck, and be nonchalant like a Capricorn. And I'm still gonna feel like I am at balance. I'm not gonna feel chaotic. And there's also a decision that needs to be made. So tell me what you've been weighing, and then I will pull on that decision. Bree. All right, we got 3 general questions. That's it. No more general. A decision about career. Okay, let me pull some oracles and see what the cards are going to say. So I feel like with grad school, you want to go, but you're kind of tired of school at this point and you need a break. So you need to allow yourself to take that break. You can still grow in your career without going to grad school. And once you acknowledge that within yourself, then you'll be able to find the growth that you want. But right now you feel limited in that you feel like you have to go through grad school in order to get to the next level in your career. And that's not really true. So, you need to know your power, know your worth, and maybe find an apprenticeship or like a trade type of situation that you can learn from. But I feel like you need to be more hands-on and working than being a full-blown student at this time. And also, if you've been thinking about changing career, whatever this thing is that you're looking to learn about, it's meant for you. So do it. Does that make sense, Bree? That was for you. Dana, ask a general question. Dana, can you drop your date of birth in the comments, please? I might go over an hour tonight, y'all. And if I do, then cool. I'll just make a part 2. But it's fine. Okay, Dana, there's a situation that you've been going through, and maybe it's not a situation, maybe it's an emotional pattern, but there's something that you've been going through to where you feel like you need to be defensive. You feel like you need to be on guard because your feelings haven't been validated. You don't feel like you've been heard. You don't feel like you've been understood. And you need to heal past that point to be able to move on from the situation. The only way that you're going to do that is to put that responsibility on yourself and know that you're the one that's responsible for how you feel in certain situations. You're the one that's responsible for how you deal with certain situations and how you think about certain situations. And you're the one that needs to go and plant that new seed. You're going to have to be in control of it. You don't have to be committed to it at this particular time. You're just sending a message, but you still need to do it. If you don't do it, which I feel like you're at this point, you're like, whatever, girl, I don't want to do it. I've been feeling like that anyway. You're going to be left here in this Nine of Swords position where it's like insomnia. I can't think. I can't sleep. I'm feeling mentally overwhelmed, emotionally overwhelmed because I'm carrying this big weight and it's not necessarily physically manifested yet fully, but little things have started to happen where it's like adding up and that's weighing even more on me. So I'm up and this is how I feel. So you don't want to get there. You want to release it before you get to that point. You have the cosmic heart come out, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. That's a beautiful message in and of itself. I feel like I don't have anything to add to that. You have the messenger card come through, which affirms the Page of Pentacles because she is the physical messenger, bringing harmony and balance. And then her wraith, longing for home, homesick for the stars. That means that you're searching for a resolution, searching for peace, searching for harmony in whatever this situation is. And it is there for you. It's just a matter of you gaining control of the journey and finding it. Does that make sense, Dana? That was for you. I think Gabby asked a question. Gabby, can you drop your date of birth, love? Can you drop your date of birth? Okay, cool. Mm-hmm. So for Gabby, I think something has happened to where you feel like you didn't necessarily go along with the tradition that you thought that you would, or you didn't go with the necessary order that you thought you would, as the Hierophant depicts. But you're happy nonetheless. But at the same time, it's like there's still something that's not in alignment. There's still something that is not on one accord with your mind and the way that your mind is perceiving things, your heart and the way that you feel about things, and then kind of spiritually and physically how things are happening. There's some type of disconnect and conflict as it relates to that. And you need to figure out what that conflict is and be willing to learn and grow through it, because right now you're stuck in the rebirth process. You're stuck in the lower aspects of the lesson that you're supposed to be learning, instead of flipping that over and being on the upside of this. So you need to make the decision to go ahead and move forward and do what you need to do, and like detach from what you need to detach from in order for things to be able to move further along. Let me just pull an oracle for you just to get confirmation, but I feel like that came out pretty clear. Miss underscore FK, yes, you can ask a question. Absolutely. Birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. You know, going through the rebirth process, going through the birthing process yourself, allowing yourself to learn through that process of birthing and then going through rebirth at the same time. Also, tapping into your creative expression, communicating the things that you need to communicate instead of being nonchalant. So, absolutely. Thank you, Q. I appreciate you. It's good to see you in here with me. Um, but yeah, that's for you, Gabby. Um, so y'all know I've been grieving. Y'all know my grandpa died. I've been good. Like I was a mess, obviously, last Friday with his funeral and probably the day after and the day after that. But this week I've been okay. Like I've been having my moments, but I've been good. But it's something about being in the car, like, and driving. Like, for some reason, when I'm in the car and I'm driving, I just get so sad and overwhelmed, and then I start crying. I don't know what it is. But Instagram is about to cut me off, so hang on, y'all. I'm about to start a part 2 to this, and I'll be right back.